So while I was learning about Peter Rabbit, I came across this website. It's peterrabbit.com. And if you click on About Beatrix Potter, you can learn more about Beatrix herself, the original author and illustrator of Peter Rabbit. So this is a painting of the real Peter Rabbit. And this is a picture of Beatrix with her mother, Helen Potter, as a little girl. And this is a picture of her a little bit older with her brother, Bertman. And there is Beatrix Potter with one of her rabbits. And it says it's on a lead. And in England, a lead is a leash. So that's pretty interesting. So I'll go ahead and read some of the more interesting parts of this website, and then we can you'll find out how interesting she is as a businesswoman and as a creative person. So Helen Beatrix Potter, known as Beatrix, was born on the 28th of July 1866 to Rupert and Helen Potter in Kensington, London. Her younger brother, Walter Bertman, followed 6 years later. Both Beatrix and Bertman loved to draw and paint and often made sketches of their many pets, including rabbits, mice, frogs, lizards, snakes, and a bat. They had a bat for a pet. Beatrix was always encouraged to draw, and she spent many hours making intricate sketches of animals and plants, revealing an early fascination for the natural world that would continue throughout her life. Although she never went to school, Beatrix was an intelligent and industrious student, and her parents employed an art teacher, Miss Cameron, and a number of governesses, that's kind of like nannies, including Annie Moore, to whom she remained close throughout her life. Two of Beatrix's earliest artist models were her pet rabbits. Her first rabbit was Benjamin Bouncer, who enjoyed buttered toast and joined the Potter family on holiday in Scotland, where he went for walks on a lead. Benjamin was followed by Peter Piper, who had a talent for performing tricks, and he accompanied Beatrix everywhere. The most exciting time of the year for Beatrix was the summer, when the family travelled north to spend 3 months in Scotland. The children had the freedom to explore the countryside, and Beatrix learned to observe plants and insects with an artist's eye for detail. When Beatrix was 16, the family stayed instead at Ray Castle, overlooking Lake Windermere, where Beatrix began a lifelong love of the countryside and of the Lake District. So this is one of Beatrix's first illustrations. This is of the White Rabbit from Alice in Wonderland. As you can tell, she really loves rabbits. And this was one of her later illustrations of a postcard that she would sell. And she was a bit of a scientist as well. She was a botanist. And back then they didn't have color photographs. So if you were a very good artist, you could help scientists by reproducing what you were seeing in the field with really, really accurate detail. So this is when this section of the article is when it talks about her original work as a botanist and how she had a hard time publishing the work that she did. But then later here it says, one of Beatrix's earliest stories, that of Peter Rabbit, came from a picture letter originally sent to Annie Moore's son, Noel. After being rejected by several publishers, Beatrix decided to publish the tale of Peter Rabbit herself, printing an initial 250 copies for family and friends in December 1901. The book's instant success encouraged Frederick, Warren and Co., who had previously turned it down, to reconsider their decision, offering to make it on as long as Beatrix re-illustrated it in color. On publication in October 1902, it was an immediate bestseller. The following year, Beatrix published The Tale of Squirrel Nutkin and The Tailor of Gloucester, with Frederick Warne as the rest of her legendary tales followed. In addition to commercial success, Beatrix also found a suitor in the form of her editor at the publishing house. A suitor is kind of like someone who they might get married. They're kind of like boyfriend and girlfriend. So Norman Wayne, although chaperoned, and that means they're never allowed to be alone. They always have somebody else with them. Although chaperoned, a relationship between the two bloomed, but his proposal was opposed by Beatrix's parents, and because he worked in trade. Despite this, Beatrix became engaged to Norman in 1905, but was devastated when he died of leukemia just a month later. That was really sad. So this is one of the things that she published. It's a painting book, and you can see the unpainted side and the painted side. This is a plush toy that she made herself, and she would sell these toys along with the books. She designed it and made it herself, and then she had other people make it from her designs. And that's the cover of the painting book. So then it goes on and describes how she was a really good businesswoman, and she had a lot of involvement in making sure that all of the things that she licensed, other people could make Peter Rabbit stuff, but they had to be very, very close and stick with the original designs. And this is pictures of the countryside that she loved, and there she is as an older woman with her dog, and that is with her later husband that she got married to. He was a solicitor, which means a lawyer. I think there's one more picture. That's her with her lawyer friend. I think right at the that's the very last picture of her before she died. So as you can tell, she was a really, really interesting woman, and I was really excited when I found this website about Beatrix Potter.